Oh, yes, I am live. It is me. It is actually me. Let's see what's up. I'm just seeing who's online. Damn, Paradigm is still on. Greycraft still on. What up, Kuma? Let me tweet that I'm live. Ahmad just went to bed. Word. Yeah, wasn't looking at the messages. I was trying to get this stream set up. About time, you know. So let's talk about this goofy shit from yesterday. Let me open up Discord to make sure I haven't missed anything from like Bank or anybody. Nope. How's everybody doing tonight? What up, Anubis? The fam is all here to set it. You know the vibes. You know what I need to do. It's like, nah, I'm going to hold off on that. I'm tempted, and I really want to right now. But I'm going to leave it alone. For now. So I had an interesting day on Twitter 2 days ago now. Not yesterday. It would be Thursday. Catherine. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. This stream is going to be a little different than my normal streams. It's going to be kind of educational. Maybe. But I'm really just talking about some... I had a day on Twitter on Thursday. Oh my god, why am I even looking at Twitter? Vosh is still fucking trending, and Godfrey is trending. Why is Godfrey trending? Is it... I'm guessing it's Elden Ring, but if it's the black comedian, it's probably something crazy. Yep, it's Elden Ring. Wither King, good to see you. When am I going to debate crying, drinking veteran? He doesn't want that smoke. He acts like he wants it, but he doesn't actually want that. I don't think he actually wants that. So here's the thing, right? Oh, man. I don't even know how to even show this clip because Destiny's in it, and Destiny's banned for being a transphobe, among other things. Before before I even get into this, let's put some music on. This one is for Anubis. This right here is for Anubis. Very special for Anubis. Shout out to Anubis, the homie, the brother, the comrade, the friend. There it is. Uh-oh. Why can't I hear anything? Oh. What the fuck? Hold up. I ruined it. The music was supposed to come in, and it is not cooperating with me for whatever reason. Is my VPN open? Oh, there it goes. Okay. This is for Nubis right here. I had to put the music on really quick. This is Anubis' theme music right here. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to get bans for any goofy shit like this. What I'm gonna do, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Because I know it's still on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can. Okay. I'm gonna turn the music down in my own ears for a second. So I'm actually also gonna turn it down in your ears too. So you all know how I feel about that. What's up? You all know how I feel about Hippy Dippy. It's goofy. It's not to be respected. It's barely entertainment. It's like the WWF without any of the actual wrestling that makes it worth watching and actually entertaining, but just like really shitty promos. Imagine if WWF was only promos from like the dumbest and most vapid fucking jobbers imaginable with no actual wrestling. That's Hippy Dippy, right? Hey, what up, Miracle Moise? So, with that in mind, look at this. Just because they know they're goofy. Look at this. Disclaimer: everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only. None of the people in this show are experts in their field. If they are, they will say so. Don't take anything said on this panel seriously and enjoy the show. And it's like, it gets into the realm of, it's just jokes, bro. It's just entertainment. And it's like, there's some shit that's not really entertaining that probably shouldn't be joked about, which is why a person in this is fucking banned right now. So, before I do that, let's go to the part that is the source of contention. Disclaimer, fucking dumbass shit may occur. Yeah, basically. I'm also going to, for this part, briefly, let me turn the music down so I can actually hear this, because you're not going to be able to hear it anyway. Because I'm going to mute the audio from my desktop while I listen to this. All right. I can't believe I found it on the first fucking try. I can't believe I found this shit within the first 5 seconds. Like, I literally went, okay, so you'd understand how fucking awesome this is, right? This fucking goofball ass debate is over 45 minutes long, and I jumped right to this section of the debate. This should tell you how much Paradigm said it. I keep receipts, friends. I do keep receipts. And I am very petty with my receipts. How do I do this without putting Destiny on the screen? I'm gonna show like a split second of this, and if I get banned for this, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. But you're gonna see like 2 seconds of Destiny. Ready? And then I'll just do this so you see what this is, right? You guys all see the guy on the screen right there, right? You see who that is? You see how it is? Listen to this, because I need you guys to see this and understand this before I get into the conversation that we're about to have. Okay? Because I was accused of participating in toxic masculinity. Right? I was accused, the claim is being made that I am a proponent of toxic masculinity, and therefore whatever arguments that I might have had against CTV are invalid because I used toxic masculinity to get the point across, right? So just know this, that me criticizing the person that you see on the screen for crying is engaging in toxic masculinity, right? Now listen to this. Listen. He loves women, right? Listen to how much he loves women. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I muted it. I'm silly. I'm stupid as hell.
Why? What's wrong with that? He hates women.
No, he doesn't. Stop. Destiny.
Heard that? He loves women. He says he loves women. Listen to how much he loves women.
He's unhinged. Look at this guy.
Destiny, don't get me wrong. It's all pink in the middle, bro. I don't discriminate along any racial lines. It's all pink in the middle.
Who is talking racial? What?
Exactly. It's all pink.
Yeah. So that's that. Mind you, because I brought up the fact that CTV cried later in that debate after Destiny called him a misogynist and a racist and a junk, rightfully. I am engaging in toxic masculinity because apparently I am reinforcing the idea that men should not expose their feelings in public. I honestly couldn't tell you the reach that people are making with this one. I truly can't. I'm going to address the critique that was made of me directly, but first I got to show you how this even came up in the first place. Shout out to Paradigm. Shout out to Paradigm Shift, because Paradigm Shift already covered this on his stream at the very beginning of his stream, just to get it out the way. I'm probably not going to spend too much time on this. I don't care about CTV or Sansol. I genuinely don't. And see, the weird thing is here, I know this would be where someone would be like, if you don't care about him, why are you talking about him? They came at me. And I feel like that's the one thing that's really, really, really lost in translation in this whole thing, is that the people in my audience know people like CTV and like Stardust and so on have been completely fucking off my radar for months, right? Like, I talked about them because I was seen on the panel with them. Then there was the Amir Locke thing, right? And that was it. Stardust says she wanted to talk to me on her stream, never did, because she knew it was going to happen. Coincidentally, part of the reason why she didn't talk to me on her stream the first night is because she was being raided by Groypers and Nazis. Go figure. I wonder why that happened. I wonder why. I wonder why you would be in such close proximity to people of that ilk that would do those things to you, right? No, fuck no, she never had me on, Fett. She knows better than that. She didn't have me on, so she claims that, and I'm sure she's telling the truth because that's what those people do. That's why you don't give them a microphone. But people care too much about clicks and looking smart and dunks and, shifting themselves up on the political tier list to actually understand what the fuck is happening with that. Yo, what's up, Lump God? So I understand why. I'm sure she has no fucking clue, right? But I understand why that happens. So it is what it is. That said, I offered to reschedule and it never happened. And the reason for that is because I'm sure by this point people understand, or she understands how I operate, how I move, and I would make her look silly. I would make her look extremely silly. The same way I would make CTV and Sansol look silly if we ever sat down for an actual conversation, which is something that they wanted. I didn't give a fuck. I told Sansol in the tweets, like, we will never appear on the same platform. But because I have the motives that I do, I figured, you know what? If this is something people actually want, I'm going to turn this into political action somehow. And I said, you know what? I will do this, but the stipulation is all of the donos and tips and bits and all that bullshit, I will let you and CTV 2v1 me, right? And you guys can fucking spit at the camera and do all the screaming shit you want. But all of your donos, all the revenue you make for that stream and any subsequent content you make featuring my likeness after the fact needs to be sent to the Innocence Project here at the University of Maryland in Baltimore, right? That was my stipulation. Just like with Stardust before, sure, I'll come on to your stream after you send me a screenshot of you sending money to Amir Locke's memorial fund, right? It should be fairly obvious and it should be fairly clear to the people who follow me and are at least kind of tangentially aware of me at this point, how I operate. I do not operate based on clout. I am not a clout chaser or a seeker. I don't even give a fuck about being a large streamer or being a professional streamer or anything like that. Like I've said a million fucking times before, this platform is simply a means to an end to me to achieve a political goal. That political goal is black liberation, period, right? So I will work towards other things, right? I'll do mutual aid with other streamers. I'll even do panels if I deem the curator to be decent in the way that it gets presented, to be in line with my ethics, right? Independent Thought, shout out to Desmond. If you haven't checked out Independent Thought, check him out. He's got some pretty good content, some good stuff. Katarana, of course, a fucking amazing person. Kevin FM, also fucking amazing. Frackle, right? These are people who I will readily appear on camera with, right? But I am not a person who is trying to fucking network, and I'm not a mover and shaker, right? So with that said, let's get into this fucking whole dust up thing that happened on Twitter. And I should preface this with the fact that, like I said before, these people were not on my radar in the slightest, right? So where should I even? Okay. So, thank you, Tiana. So here we go. I'm pretty sure, what day was this? April 4th. What day was that? A Monday. Brazil. He literally quote tweeted me out of nowhere with some salt. Yeah. So let me back up. I feel like for the people who are new, I got to run down how I even had this beef, I guess, with CTV in the first place. So my understanding of what Hippy Dippy was actually formed by my appearing on there. I'd never watched any Hippy Dippy roundtables or anything like that. I watched Dylan, and I enjoyed Dylan's content, so I figured, oh, he's involved with this. This must be cool. This must be, so feeling that way, and of course with Fade Runner's encouragement, he showed me, hey, there's this Hippy Dippy recruitment thing. I was like, cool. I'm thinking I'm a small-time streamer. I'll be exposed to, thinking that I'll be exposed to the same audience of people who consume Dylan's content seriously, people like myself, like-minded individuals. Sure, I'll hop on there. And when I tell you that my brain melted and dripped out of my nose and ears within the first 5 minutes of that panel, with Stardust talking about how we need to get rid of the school to prison pipeline and just start putting people to work or in prison, and Double Shine calling himself a fucking sockdem and then defending Kyle Rittenhouse on the panel. And speaking of Double Shine, let me show you something of his just really quick so you can understand what type of fucking goofy Double Shine is and what type of fucking idiocy he's on. Shout out to Double Shine for being an obvious grifter. If you're a liberal, then that's cool. But this is why people don't fucking trust sockdems. Ready? See this? Hold on. Double Shine TV, the little fox. Oh, how cute. How interesting. How different from every other fucking streamer sitting in the follow queue on fucking Discord channels right now. With the sockdem, right? Everybody sees that, right? Sockdem, progressive hedonist, whatever that is, with the fucking teal days like we're in fucking 6th grade, right? Where is his reply? Here we go. Out of context, this is one of the funniest tweets I've read on the site. I'd ask you which chapter of Preeta Kropotkin's Mutual Aid discussed software coding, but I know you haven't read it because you're a grifter and a Nazi. I'm going to get to why I said that in a moment because it was in response to Sansol and something that we were arguing about. But my response to that was to ask him if he ever talked about Amir Locke or does he still not care? He said, nah, but Elden Ring was a fucking banger. I should try it. The dude is a grifter. Like, who liked this? Oh, he did, naturally. So that dude is a fucking grifter, a pretty fucking obvious grifter. I would never in a million fucking years. Imagine if we were talking about, like, hey, have you heard about the Alabama fucking trans law? Or have you heard about the Don't Say Gay bill? Nah, I don't care. I've been playing Elden Ring. Sounds fucking ridiculous, right? But when we're talking about black people killed by police, it doesn't matter because it happens all the time. Too many to name, right? Fucking grifter and bozo. So there is this. I posted this. What's up, Sahara? Lump God, thank you for the raid. I didn't realize you raided me. Sorry. I posted this. Right? Which is, like, I have no fucking clue what's controversial about this. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Let me just talk. I know it's only one of you, but I'm going to address you like, you know, you're new here. I'm Endless Cemetery. I'm a black anarchist. The primary focus of all my content is abolition. I come at things from a leftist perspective. I talk about leftist issues. So all of the usual wedge issues that you would find in America: trans rights, police brutality, capitalism, you know, climate change, all that stuff. I talk about all that stuff from the perspective of a black man living in America. And I play video games. I'm really good at Mortal Kombat 11, and mainly these days I've been playing Hunt Showdown and Dead by Daylight. So thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy the community. Everybody here is really cool. I hope everybody introduces you and gives you a warm welcome. But yeah, that's the time I'm on. In fact, this particular stream that you're coming and catching me on now is very unique and very different because I don't normally do this kind of content. In fact, I go out of my way to stay away from this kind of content specifically because I don't want to be associated with the people we're talking about here. And I don't want to do the type of things that they do with their platform. But I feel like I need to do this because my character was impinged. And I care very deeply about the way that not just my content, but my character is presented. And I'm going to address Heem in a moment after I deal with this. I have problems with Heem and the way that he moves. But with that said, I don't have the same problems with him as I do with people like CTV and Sansol. Heem is goofy, but not to the same extent that CTV or Sansol are. But we're going to get to them now. So you see this here. You see this meme. Let me blow it up for you so you can... Very non-controversial. Don't make me tap a sign. If you don't actively ensure Nazis aren't welcome, you create a safe space for Nazis. Now remember what I just said. The first panel that I did for Hippy Dippy was in like fucking November of last year. And then the second one that I did was what, like December, January? And then the Amir Locke shit happened in January, right? That whole thing happened. I had the interaction with Stardust. Fucking Sansol decided he smelled some clout and decided he needed to fucking get involved in some drama. Had never entered, and like I said, I have no fucking clue who Sansol is. I had no clue who he was before any of this shit. Was not interested in anything that he does or says because there's a million Sansols on Discord right now in the small streamer follow for follow, waiting to get discovered. They just aren't riding Dylan's dick and pretending to be a leftist, right? So, with that said, that was literally months ago, right? I haven't interacted. I unfollowed Stardust and CTV. I unfollowed those people like Double Shine and all them. I unfollowed them literally months ago at this point. What's it, April 8th? April 9th? Like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, maybe even, right? So we've joked about them here and there, like just throwing their name out there for haha laughs, but I haven't thought about anything that they've said or done in months, right? So keep that in mind when I posted this. And this was silly. And of course, people came in to say shit about communists because people love to self-report that they're fascists. He might have blocked me. Did CTV block me? I think CTV blocked me. I fucking hope he blocked me. Because that was the whole goal. Like I literally said, on God, I'm gonna make it my mission to troll CTV today, to cyberbully CTV until he blocks me today. But it also honestly makes sense that he would delete his tweets or anything here, because then it would make it seem like I came at him instead of the opposite. CTV blocked you yesterday too? Hold on, let's see. No, he didn't block me. So have you seen my BBC? Edgy. Oh yeah, and there's this. Oh, never mind. That wasn't the response that he made to. I just want to see the replies to this. Oh, never mind. It has the same amount of replies because he's a fucking idiot. Here we go. So, like I said, that's why, because he didn't respond to it. He quote tweeted me because he's a coward. And people like, what they'll do is when they want to control the narrative, they'll quote tweet shit instead of just replying to it. He didn't block me because he thinks he can farm me for content. But he quote tweeted me and said, probably because when you tap a sign, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. The most sus comma I've seen in a long time. It's like the pot calling the kettle black, like Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Joe Biden racist. CTV is Joe Biden racist. So, I honestly have no fucking clue what this even means or where it came from, right? Because, like I said, number one, at this point, April 5th, I had not interacted with CTV in months, literal months. And I know some of you are new, but it should be fairly fucking obvious that this is not a space where Nazis are comfortable. That is an objectively sus comma. He's moving weird. Yeah. You were trying to Twitter beef with Sansa. That's how you found me. That's funny. Nobody fucking likes Sans. I'm gonna get to Sansol. Let me deal with CTV first, then we can get to Sansol, and then I want to address him, and then I want to talk about toxic masculinity because it's very important to me that we talk about that tonight, considering that I was accused of being a proponent of toxic masculinity. So I said, "Hey, my boy. Speaking of black, this you." I can't see this, but it was a clip of if you watch Paradigm Shift's VOD, you'll see it. It was like the first hour of his stream today. He covered all of this. I'm just doing it now to start from the beginning to do it from my perspective. But shout out to the Paradigm Shift. Follow him, _paradigm_shift. But Chud Logic did fucking blackface on this panel that Stardust and CTV were modding because, surprise, surprise, for whatever reason, wherever you fucking find Nazis in Twitch politics, you will not fucking be far from Stardust and CTV, which is kind of the point of me saying stuff like this here, i.e., if you don't actively ensure Nazis aren't welcome, you create a safe space for Nazis. Weird how that works. You were looking at me sideways for having a Bolshevik pun for a name. Glad to hear you claim black anarchy. Yeah. Like I said, when I'm working with other people, I'm a communist. When I'm by myself, when I'm doing my shit, I'm an anarchist. That's just kind of how all these labels, all these terms are fucking like I am not a theory. I'm not a like one of those types of people. I'm literally just a black anarchist, bro. The only thing I care about is the ability to party and make art and shoot guns. That's all I want to fucking do. He did blackface, made himself look bald because disability. I think it has something to do with cancer. Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Just doing blackface as a white boy, former tanky. Yeah, I was never a tanky. You will never, and that's important for me to throw out there too, because I said that in a conversation last night with a person. When I say the word communism, like I'm a communist, people automatically go to like, okay, you must fuck with Joseph Stalin, and you want to fucking have bread lines, and you want to gulag people, starve to death, new Holodomor, all this fucking crazy shit. And it's like, bro, I live in Baltimore fucking city. The police clap people left and right. The police rob people. We have the gun trace task force. There was a trial on Wednesday of this fucking week where they gave a police officer immunity so he would snitch for 7 hours straight about all the corrupt shit that the police department were doing, because the police department is so fucking corrupt, they don't even know who's doing what in there, right? They fucking killed Sean Suter and made it look like a suicide, and then turned an entire fucking city block into an open air prison for almost a week, right? All of the shit that you're saying I support when I say I'm a communist is shit that already happens every fucking day under capitalism, but you don't even think twice about it because it doesn't affect you. And if you're people like CTV, you think shit like that is a good thing because that's the American way and the American dream. And if you don't like it, you should just vote harder, right? Thank you, Fade Runner. Yeah, I dabbled hard in Maoism too because I follow the Black Panthers, right? And that was their whole thing. The militancy and the idea that power flows from the barrel of a gun. Because that's true, right? Yeah, we have a whole HBO Max show being made about the GT, like the Gun Trace Task Force. We Own This City is about fucking Baltimore and the Gun Trace Task Force, right? But people act like that's the type of shit that I want to happen because I'm a communist. And it's like, no, motherfucker, this is the shit that you're enabling because you're a capitalist. I'm literally a black anarchist. I don't fucking even believe I'm an abolitionist black anarchist. I don't believe in any fucking types of big governments, right? I believe that the only purpose that a federal government should serve would be logistics, right? You need a federal government to set up high-speed rail across country, that type of shit. You need a federal government for like fiber optic line, for global internet, all that shit. Like that's what the federal government is for to me. I don't give a fuck about federal agents, cops, all that shit. I want them gone. I want prisons gone. Abolish gender, abolish United States government, abolish the police, abolish the prison system, abolish the military industrial complex, abolish the prison industrial complex. This is all the time that I'm on. Like, and I'm very clear about this at all fucking times, right? But because these people move funny, they gotta pretend like I'm just doing the normal internet shit where anyone I don't agree with is a Nazi, right? And I just call people Nazis for no reason. Like motherfuckers like CTV aren't doing shit like referring to their PC as their BBC and talking about how they essentially implying that saying the N-word is good in response to a Destiny tweet because he's so fucking cucked by that hippy dippy championship that I just showed you where he should have lost, and they were so fucking horny to I shouldn't even be talking about this. Not the time and place. Suffice it to say, this shit makes no fucking sense. It truly does not. And it got into a bunch of shit. We went back and forth. See, like this shit right here. You're implying that I call people Nazis for no reason, and you're doing shit like this, right? The Omni-liberal says, this is his tweet. This is Destiny, right? It literally costs $0 to not say the fucking N-word. Destiny saying it's not about money, it's about sending a message, right? Because Destiny loves to say the fucking N-word. We know this. Destiny is like one bad Twitter interaction from a trans person with neo-pronouns away from pulling the Klan hood out and burning a cross in his backyard, right? We've known this about Destiny. I don't know how other people don't know this about Destiny, but Destiny is a fucking conservative, right? He is a liberal the same way that Dave Rubin is a fucking classical liberal, right? It's a bullshit ass fucking mind game to grift and cash in on people who have no political wherewithal whatsoever, which is not hard considering the average fucking reading level in the country is 6th grade, right? And then case in point, you have CTV coming in here with the My Nigga gif, right? We all know what that is from. If you do not, please tell me in chat so that I can come back to it, but I'm not going to waste time showing it to you because Paradigm Shift has already done that. Suffice it to say, the thing that Denzel Washington is saying in this gif is my nigga, right? And here CTV is presenting that he doesn't know why that's problematic, right? So I have a problem with posting of gifs. So I asked him to explain why he posted that gif and what it was in response to which he retorted that I am a race baiter, right? I'm race baiting when he's the one on panels with people like Chud Dole is all logic doing blackface for laughs, for clicks and clout and geeks, right? So naturally, because like I said, Sansol cannot resist some clout, some drama, and an opportunity to make drama content on his channel, because that is the only thing that gives his channel value. Because he, like I said, Sansol is a fucking dime a dozen. There's a million Sansols. I could go into Discord's fucking small streamer support group, right? I'll find any small streamer support Discord channel where motherfuckers are in there doing follow for follow, raiding each other, begging for fucking clicks and shit, right? And they will all be exactly fucking like Sansol. They will all be exactly like CTV. And here's where we get into hang on. Here's where we get into. Here we go. Heem said, I can appreciate the essence of your original argument, but why would posting an emotional real moment CTV had on stream be a dunk? I thought we were trying to encourage men not to bottle up their emotions. When, first of all, This wasn't a dunk. I said, don't make me do you like this, as in, don't make me make you cry the same way that Destiny made you cry because you're a fucking idiot. Everyone knows you're a fucking idiot. Even the people who set you up to succeed know you're a fucking idiot, to the point where you embarrass them every time you appear on camera with them. Dylan is embarrassed by you. Mr. Geek is embarrassed by you. And I can tell this. The first fucking panel we were on, you were flashing your gun. Mr. Geek's in the corner losing his fucking mind because he has no idea how to control the optics of someone like you doing fucking dumbass shit like that and making their platform look fucking stupid. And same thing with Dylan. This is why he doesn't move as closely with Hippie, at least from where I'm sitting, because he's doing his shit with Ukraine and Poland or whatever, right? And this shit makes him a bag, and that's the saddest part. That's the part that you don't understand. CTV, you think you're like me? You think that I'm a character? I'm gonna pull you guys in close for this. Come real close. You think that I'm a character and that what I do on my platform is a role that I play. That the things that I talk about, I do just for content's sake. When I do things like fundraisers, mutual aid, I constantly talk about direct action. How people can get involved in their own communities to join the fight and move the needle towards leftism and a more equitable society and a world that we can actually fucking survive and live in, right? These are the things that I believe in because that's the path that I walk in my daily life. I don't put some sunglasses and some fucking and a baseball cap on and become someone completely different when I sit in the chair to do this. What you see is what you get. The people that know me in real life, people like Fade Runner, people like Anubis, people like CJ, they know me. And they know that this isn't an act. But I see you, and I see right through that fucking mask of yours. And you need to know that the difference between you and me is fucking light years. And that's why I don't appear with you, CTV, is because you are a fucking idiot. You are not smart. You do not adequately advocate for the positions that you have. You are a fucking cow that Dylan and his mods milk for clicks and laughs and clips so that they can do whatever that is that they do with their platforms. Because at the end of the day, you are literally a fucking clown in the worst imaginable sense of the word, right? Because there's historical precedent with the court jester being a prescient critique of systems and power, right? But you are not. You are a simp for power. You are such a fucking bootlicker that Destiny clapped you in front of everyone, and now you're begging to be his friend because you're a pathetic. Anyway. Fuck Chud Logic, he already knows what it is, and his white ass can catch these fucking proverbial hands too if he really wants that, but he doesn't because he knows I embarrassed him the first time we spoke. Because as with CTV, he doesn't actually believe or stand on anything he fucking says on his platform. It's literally all content for him to become popular and become a big streamer like Destiny or Vosh and live off of content, right? Take your money from your clicks and your time and do whatever he pleases with it. Why won't I tell him how I really feel? I'm not even, and this isn't even a feeling. That's the crazy part. This isn't a feeling. I'm not upset here. I'm not mad. This is not me trying to fire off on anyone. I'm just telling it like it is. One of you all explain to me, please, I'm begging you. Someone explain to me how any of Sansol's fucking content is different. Any different from the anti-SJW shit I was watching on YouTube 10 fucking years ago, except for the fact that he calls himself a liberal or a sockdem or whatever it is that these fucking dumbass, centrist, South Park sense of humor conservatives call themselves so that they can grift teenagers and tweens who are politically illiterate and wanted something to do in 2020 when we were all in the streets marching for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. I don't see it. I truly don't. There's nothing different about any of these people. This man you see on the screen, there's absolutely fucking nothing unique about him. Absolutely nothing. And I said as much to Montreal Player when he asked me what my beef with CTV is. And I said, I don't have a beef with CTV. CTV is not fucking important enough for me to have a beef with. I don't know CTV. I have had no fucking real life interactions with CTV. We are streamers. We appeared on a fucking panel together. And this motherfucker isn't even a real person. He plays a character. He was clowning on the panel that I was with him on. Why the fuck would I give it? Why would I give any energy to something like that aside from distancing myself from it as far as possible so that people don't continually associate me with fucking bozos like this? Right? You wrecked his face, Mad Lad. Good for you. Good for you. But this is what I'm saying. The only thing unique about CTV is that he's got a fucking custom saddle on Dylan Burns' cock. That is the only thing unique about him. And the same thing with Sansol, right? No one would fucking know who Sansol is if it weren't for Dylan. Just like no one would know who CTV is if it weren't for Dylan and his desire to farm people like this for clicks, clout, and clips. For laughs. Literally. Just for laughs. We watched that disclaimer at the beginning of the fucking video. It's all entertainment. You're not a philosopher. You are not a fucking activist. You are not a political analyst. You are a clown. You are a bozo. So that's CTV. He's probably still like quote tweeting me and shit on his page. And I don't give a fuck about that. Let's talk about Sansol because boy is Sansol goofy. So, and of course he is on the Hippy Dippy tonight. So Sansol, first of all, while we're talking about toxic masculinity, I truly wonder whether or not the chauvinist thing over his face is supposed to be some kind of ironic joke. But I don't joke like that because that shit's not funny to me. But it is what it is. And here's Sansol's pinned tweet. I wholeheartedly believe that having the politics of positivity is the only way to create and sustain a movement. Use anger, use grief, use pain to motivate you towards a better tomorrow, but don't allow those things to cloud your ultimate goal. Please remember that. I want you all to remember that. Keep that in the front of your mind when we look at his response to me in some of these tweets, right? That first of all, what is he? Hit me up for nudes of your mom. Yep. Very, very positive. It's very inviting for people who want to be a part of a movement, right? What a pin tweet to have for that fucking character. He's a grifter. He's a grifter. Like I said, there's a million. If I go into Discord right now and fucking go to any random small streamer support, please help fucking follow for follow, raid for raid group, I will find thousands of Sansols that just don't have direct access to fucking Dylan Burns' semen factory. Sansol is a prime example of abusing ADHD prescription. Those two both came at you last month. Fuck them both. I mean, that's what that's what they do. This is the essence of Sansol's content, right? If I like, and he's talking about politics of positivity and sustaining a movement. Let's take bets on how far I'm going to have to scroll down before we get to anything remotely resembling anything that would be political action, whether it's direct action or a fundraiser or anything like that. What do you want to bet? It's going to be mostly him talking about fucking people's moms and doing goofy shit like that, right? Because that is what he is at his core. That is why people give a fuck about him, not because he has good politics, not because he represents his views adequately, but because he tells people that he fucked their mom on the internet, like a 13-year-old on Call of Duty in the year 2008. There is nothing unique about Sansol. Like I said, the only thing unique about Sansol is that he fucking gets to ride Dylan Burns' sack now. Sansol was shitting on people for not being able to cook at home and then didn't want to clean up his dumb tweet. Yeah, because Sansol is a fucking idiot and a grifter. Sansol hasn't even conceptualized the fact that there's people in this world that don't even have refrigerators in the house. Matter of fact, shout out to Baltimore Community Fridge. I'm going to keep it 1,000. You guys know how I do it and how I'm going to keep continuing to do it on here. If you don't know about the Baltimore Community Fridge, they run a community refrigerator for people who do not have access to refrigeration in their homes. If you don't have a community fridge in your area where you live, because I'm sure there probably is, there's probably people organizing either a Food Not Bombs or a community fridge or a food rescue or anything like that, get it going. Get some friends. Fucking find a place with an outlet and hook up a fridge there. It doesn't even have to be a big fridge. Just get a mini fridge and let people put their shit there, right? Just basic. Very, very basic. I give y'all the tools, the same tools that I've been given, the same tools that are available and everyone has access to. But this is my problem with people like Sansol, and this is my larger problem with the platform of Hippy Dippy, right? Is if you're going to present yourself as, even for entertainment, you're going to present yourself as a political platform, you need to stop fucking platforming Nazis. You need to stop giving the microphone to fucking dumbass people like this who pretend to be leftists, but then do shit like, yeah. I refuse to believe Omni Benelli is stupid enough to think that the grooming shit the right is spewing is anything more than a moral panic for the midterms, right? Just talking about other streamers, retweeting other streamers, Hans, like fucking Hippy Dippy. Of course, he's going to promote the shit out of that because there's lots of clout and clicks and stuff for him. Pass it, don't say MAGA Bill immediately. They're grooming our children. I don't. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep, here's where he said he's done engaging with me because I just virtue signal when he literally talks about how he needs to use the politics of we need to use the politics of positivity while he's telling me that he fucked my mom and I rape children, right? Because that's the type of activity that he engages in. Yep, calling people subhuman. He said he's starting to think I'm a right-winger who hates black people. Meanwhile, he literally takes credit for bringing Politically Provoked to the space. Like, he retweeted this because the dude is a grifter. He's probably also politically fucking illiterate. That's why he talks about shit like... The reason why this even came up with Sansol, the reason why I even went out Sansol twice, is because before, like I said, no one would know who Sansol